Hey, church family. Wanted to jump in and do like a video for you about kind of the pivot of some of the things that you're seeing in our series on Daniel. Daniel's a fascinating book, and we've been walking through that as a church for the last several weeks. The first 6 chapters of Daniel are basically chronological from his time serving in the Babylonian Empire, how he got started, and things like interpreting the king's dreams to helping the king of Babylon. He becomes like a prime minister, and his friends are put through the fiery furnace, and Daniel's put in the lion's den, and that's what we'll get to on Sunday. And all these events are showing how Daniel and his friends, as Jewish boys, have remained faithful to the one true God, the King of heaven, and not the kingdoms of men, even in kingdom changes. And God's provision comes through in all of that. But as a narrative, Daniel switches his writings after chapter 6. And we're going to see that. And I want to give you kind of like a heads up on this. Starting in Daniel chapter 7, it changes and it starts doing, some of it are flashbacks. In fact, Daniel 7 is kind of a flashback to like way back when he's with Belshazzar and the writing on the wall and that whole thing. And so what he's doing now is he's going back and talking about visions and dreams and prophecies that not the king has, but Daniel himself has. Some of them seem kind of weird. And what they are is they kind of are telling of the fall of Babylon and other empires that are about to rise. And some of it connects to like the statue in Daniel 2 and things like that of the different kingdoms. And some of these prophecies are fulfilled in Daniel's lifetime, like Babylon. Some of them are fulfilled years or centuries later, like with the Romans or the Greeks. Some of them are filled during the life of Christ, because he's talking about the first coming of Jesus. And some of them are yet to be fulfilled in the second coming of Christ. And a lot of that, especially chapter 7, we're going to see connects to visions that the Apostle John has in the book of Revelation. We call this telescopic prophecy sometimes, and it's really just a term we use to kind of understand, like when you look at mountain peaks through binoculars or a telescope, you'll see all the peaks together, but we can't really tell how far apart all of those different peaks really are, because they are far apart. And that's what Daniel's seeing. He's seeing all these things that God is showing him, but he doesn't fully understand how far apart they are, not just in years, but centuries or even millennia of their actual fulfillment. And God is giving him a picture into heaven and what's going to happen. Anyway, I hope that gives you an idea of kind of some of the things, because Daniel can get a little bit weird, because what we're seeing is prophetic visions that connect to things that Daniel kind of somewhat understands, but their context is really removed from us. What we want to hang on to is, what is God speaking to Daniel, and how does that apply to us? The kingdom of heaven is still sovereign, and his plans will still continue to move forward, regardless of who is in the kingdom throne, who's in the empire throne, or who's in the White House. God will continue to be faithful, and his plans will succeed. Hope to see you on Sunday, and I'm excited for the rest of our series. God bless you.